Hi, my name is Nick Burnham and I'm here for Motorboat and Yachting today aboard the brand new Beneteau Antares 9. Now this is a direct replacement for their 8.8 and they've introduced some quite interesting features on this. The first, as we step on board at the back here, is the fact they've put a sliding seat here, so now you've got the full scope of the cockpit, but if you want to tilt your engines you can just slide that forward to give rooms for the engines to tilt up. But they've also added space on this starboard side deck. It's bulwarked, whereas the other one was flat, so you've got a nice deep side deck to walk forward through, and it's also a little bit wider, so that access forward is much better. Now the improvements on its predecessor are even more obvious when you come into the cabin. And the first thing you find is this dinette on this side, which is exactly the same, except for the fact that you now have a forward seat that will flip over to create forward-facing seating when you're underway, or you can have it facing the dinette when you're stopped. On the starboard side, the galley is in the same place, but they've smartened that up. So, for example, they've put the fridge behind the door now, rather than being quite so obvious, and they've put a glass top on that, which is rather smart. And the ceiling as well, it used to have two sliding hatches, it now has one big hatch and two longer skylights, so it throws more light into the back end of this area. But a really obvious change on this level is at the helm, because you now have a big sliding access door. That's great for ventilation when you've stopped, as we are at the moment, because the air just flows nicely through. But it also, of course, when you're short-handed, it means the helmsman has got direct access onto that starboard side deck. And the improvements keep coming on the lower level as well, because what they've done with this one, it has 4 berths, as the previous boat had, and the layout is broadly similar, but the big change is the fact they've now put proper doors on, so you've got really good privacy down there, which you didn't have before. And in fact, in the forward cabin, it had a double berth there before, and this one has the same thing, but you now have the ability to scissor those berths out into 2 V berths. So if you've got kids, it means they're not having to share a bed, which of course is a massive advantage. And even the heads is a little larger than it used to be in the previous model. So out here on the water, this is where you really do feel the benefit of this new side door, because it gives masses of ventilation. But it's not just that, we've also got a hatch above me here as well, which slides back, and on the port side there's a big sliding window. And what that means is that you can keep the doors shut at the back, which is great because it's a real good barrier for the noise from the engines. The engines on this are twin Suzuki 200 horsepower, and they suit the boat very well. We had this up to a maximum speed area of about 34-35 knots, and it's a very comfortable cruiser in the low to mid 20s. At the helm here, your natural position is to be sat in this seat. It does have a lift bolster, so you could stand, but in actual fact, because it's quite high set and you're fairly well forward, you've got great sight lines, and that's helped very much by the fact that it's a one-piece windscreen. And one thing that is particularly important on this sort of boat is the fact that it's got 2 large wipers. Those are standard, and it means that when you get the inevitable spray across the screen, you can keep it clear. But I think the most overriding feeling at the helm here like this is it's a perfect boat for a day like today, where it's sometimes it's sunshine, sometimes it clouds over, it's breezy and it's chilly, but we're very isolated here. There's no wind rush at all, just ventilation, and you're out of the weather but not completely immune from it. And what that does is it makes this a real good all-season boat.